Aloha headsets, Frankie Boy here, and welcome to Ask Frank. Now, I know it's been a long time since we've had an episode, but I promise you I'm going to get back on it. Now, if you would like your question answered on this show, all you got to do is leave it down in the comment section with the hashtag Ask Frank. You can also leave it on any video, anywhere on YouTube, really, and that is how I will find them. And I pick the best questions, or the first one that I find. A lot of people ask the same question, or questions that get voted up to the top, and I try to answer them all on the show. I would like to answer everybody, and if you have a question you don't want to ask me live, you can always hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, no, I don't do Instagram. What's the other one? Discord, or just pray, and maybe I'll even hear it. Now, thank you all for coming through, and let's get it started. First up, 98763 says, hey, Frankie, any plans to add a gun range to the lobby in Firewall Zero Hour? Now, this is a question we get all the time, and the one thing that I can say is we listen to all of your feedback. We are taking it all in. If you haven't hopped into the Discord, please do that and leave any kind of thoughts you have about the game, anything. I mean, we love it. We're taking it all in, and we are working to bring you the greatest PlayStation VR game possible. Yeah, I'm still alive says, hey, Frankie, how long did it take for you to come up with your catchy intro theme? Now, honestly, I was just sitting on the couch one afternoon, started thinking it to myself, and was like, hey, that would be pretty good. And then at night, I was just goofing around on a computer and started recording my voices over and over, and bada bing, bada boom, an hour and a half later, you get the catchy intro theme. Now, there was an original version, and I have updated it since then and made it a little bit better. When I first put that one out, people hated it, and they were like, oh, go back to the other one. But now, the other day, I tried to put the original one out, and people were like, oh, what is this thing? So it's tough, and I think people really like the new one. Now I'm thinking of maybe making a jazz rendition just for the hell of it, but who knows? You guys let me know below. Drinks07 has a Frankie, any update on the Beat Saber release? Now, if you don't know already, November 20th, next week. As Galaxy says, hey, Frankie, should they add 2 cameras for PSVR 2? Now, in a perfect world, yes, of course they should. I mean, hey, hell, let's just have one awesome camera on the ceiling that can see everything, so we don't even have to worry about it. Like an awesome, 360 dome camera, something crazy cool, be pretty cool. Now, honestly, I don't know anything about PSVR 2, other than I am pretty sure that it's going to come. They've been filing patents left and right for new VR technology. They have seen the attach rate for VR games. If you don't know what that is, that means the number of games that people buy for their system within a set amount of time is crazy for PlayStation VR, so they would be dummies to forget about it. Not to mention, it's amazing. Sammy12 says, hey, Frankie, rounds coming to Firewall. Now, like I said to my previous questions, and how I'll pretty much say to all Firewall questions until I can tell you guys, and you'll see it in the Firewall Friday updates or any of our community updates, we're taking all your feedback. We are listening to everybody says, and we're working through the best angles. It will work for everybody, so don't even worry about it. Quality of life will always improve with this title. Love this game so much. The team loves this game. I promise you, can't stress it enough. It is only going to get better, and it's a long road ahead. Marcullius would like to play an MMORPG on PlayStation VR, sort of like Sword Art Online. Now, I've not personally ever played Sword Art Online, so I don't know too much about it, but I wouldn't put it past them working on something right now. Now, it may only go out to Eastern audiences first and take a while to make it over here to the West, but I have a solid feeling we'll see one of those. We just got a solid MOBA coming out tomorrow, well, today now, so there are gonna be people that want those games because you're not the only person, and people even asked in these questions. So definitely, I'm sure there's one on the horizon. As soon as I know more, check the show, you find out more. Travis Knudsen has said, Frankie, when is Zero Caliber coming to PlayStation VR? Now, Travis, I have no idea, and honestly, I wouldn't get your hopes up too much. There are a lot of PC titles that they say they want to come to PlayStation VR, but it just really never comes to fruition. Now, Zero Caliber is cool, but a lot of the gifts that you see of the game make it look a lot better than it really is. It's nothing. My favorite part about it was playing with the attachments. Other than that, it was nothing spectacular. Guts says, hey, Frankie, what do you think about more movement-heavy VR games like Titanfall? Now, Guts, I would love it. I love movement-heavy VR games. I like moving around in my games. I just think that the limitations on the hardware have made it so people don't move as much. I think we'll definitely see in future generations and more generations movement in some games, but you got to think on that same spectrum. There's people that are still gaming and they want to relax, so they don't want to be moving around everywhere while they're playing the game. They just kind of want to chill and play the game, but I don't know. I like movement in games. I think we'll see more movement in games. I'm excited for that point. Hydra asked about PSVR 2 again, which honestly, Hydra, I know nothing about it, but you know what? I'll shoot in the dark like anybody will. And he wants to know about like 360 tracking. Now, I'm pretty sure they're going to do that. They see that as their limitation from Gen 1 hardware, and there's no doubt in my mind that they are taking all of that in and working on the best thing that they can bring in PlayStation VR 2. Now, don't forget, this thing has been in the works for years and years and years, and they've been working to perfect, and there's even people that are taking the model of the PlayStation VR design right now and putting it in their headset like Lenovo. So PlayStation is killing it, and I can only see them doing better in the future. So don't even stress about it. It's going to be good. Smooth sailing, I promise you. I promise you. PlayStation VR 2 will probably solve all of the... I'm thinking about it like PS1 and PS2. Now, a lot of people like PS1, but it took a little while to get on. But then when PS2 launched, it was just like... You know what I mean? And I think that's going to happen with PlayStation VR. Now, don't quote me on it, but... come on. Nah. Frequencies Illuminated says, hey, Frankie, do you think we are living in a simulation? Now, Frequencies, I've thought about it a lot of times. Now, I think I read an article one time where some scientists were saying that plants actually give off, like, ones and zeros like computers. So, like, that's 100% proof that we are living in a simulation. But you know what? I don't know. I don't like to think about it on most days because it's one of those seeker kind of like ideas. Like, I'm not a seeker. I was at one point in time, maybe for like a month or two in my college days, but it was just one of those Bob Dylan styles. If you don't know now, don't even worry about it. I mean, come on. Just live your life. Have a great time. Enjoy it. Enjoy the roller coaster ride that is existence. Old Man Chopper says that my channel is a freight train of fun. How am I getting so popular? Oh, man, I have absolutely no idea. I think that my key and my mantra is just be yourself. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy life. And try to keep it, I guess, clean, happy. Don't hurt anybody around you. That's kind of the deal. Don't hurt anybody that... I mean, even if they deserve being hurt, it's not worth your time. I mean, just be a nice person and just have a great day and enjoy yourself. And I think you can do wonders in this world. Believe in yourself also. That's a key. Gotta believe in yourself. It's hard, but that's what you need. Aquarius Gamer says, hey, Frankie, do you think that this PSVR will be compatible with PlayStation 5? Now, I don't see why they wouldn't do something like that. It would be stupid because they're building up such a solid library to just drop that all when PlayStation 5 comes out. And they'd be losing so many gamers. Now, hopefully that an update to PlayStation VR might come with PlayStation 5. Or I don't know how they're going to do it, you guys. I'm not thinking about it right now. I'm excited with what I have at the moment, but... I'm pretty sure that at least the games will work with PlayStation 5 and PSVR 2. Now, I don't know anything more than that, and I'm probably not going to know anything more than that until you guys know, but I am excited regardless. BL Clark says, hey, Frankie, we do more videos about your life and what led you to this point. BL, dude, I would love to. I don't mind doing them. But the thing is, I don't know if you guys want. If you guys would like them, please let me know in the comment section. We can do that. 100% definitely. I got a crazy life. I got a lot of fun stories, and I can definitely share them with you. I just don't want to waste your time. You guys like the little looks? It's always fun. Jarhead427 says, hey, Frankie, what do you do for a living? Now, Jarhead, I actually have a family restaurant that I've been working in since I was 8 years old. So for the past 20 years, that has been what I've been doing. I went to film school. I went to media school. I went all over the place. But I recently got a new job working for First Contact Entertainment in California. So your boy Frankie will soon be doing that for a living, plus the channel, plus really anything that I want to do. I mean, I'm going to be working in gaming. I mean, come on. You can't beat that. Ha! Side Effect T says, hey, Frankie, Popeyes at KFC. Now, Side Effect 100% Popeyes, and what depresses me is that there's no Popeyes anywhere around me. Well, there's one like 30 minutes away, but I'm not going to drive 30 minutes just to get Popeyes, especially when I only get like a 2-hour break in the afternoon. But I would love Popeyes more often. KFC, I'm really not into. When I was in junior high school, I went through one of those like vegetarian phases, and I realized how terrible KFC is. And then I stopped eating it because of that, and then I just kind of stopped eating it, and I tried again later, and it's just really not that great. The mashed potatoes, don't get me wrong, are solid. Gravy ain't too bad. I like potato wedges, but the chicken is not so hot. Popeyes, on the other hand, them red beans and rice with those biscuits, oh man, Frankie is a happy boy all day long. Smooper Smash Spot says, hey, Frankie, how do you think the Oculus Quest is going to fit into the VR family? Now, I love the Oculus Quest. I really enjoyed it. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be great for a lot of location-based VR experiences. I also think we're going to get a lot of the great apps that you guys have been wanting to play on PC on Oculus Quest, but I think that the power is still going to be limited to what is just inside the headset. I think PlayStation VR really will still be able to do things that the Oculus Quest won't be able to do. Mind you, you're going to be wired and everything. Where the Quest won't need a PC, console, anything, so it's going to be fantastic. I think the visuals might be sharper on the Quest for the most part, except for the PlayStation VR games that really know how to take advantage of it. But I think it's going to find a really great place for people that maybe just want to test out VR and want something better than just like the Oculus Go or maybe a Gear VR headset, but don't have something like a console or a power PC. And I think a lot of console people are going to want to get it because they're going to want to try those PC exclusives they've been excited for a long time. They're finally able to play with, like, a Robo Recall's going to be there, Climb's going to be there. Those have already been announced. There's that Darth Vader thing, which, you know, Star Wars stuff's going to sell people regardless. So I think the Quest will find a really good spot, and I think Facebook might get their lead that they've been looking for with the Quest. But mind you, this is all speculative because Valve did actually somebody leaked some images of a Valve headset, which could be even better than the Quest. And it could be really the dominator in VR. It uses like the knuckle controllers from HTC, but I don't know if it's going to be plugged in or it's going to be wireless or what. But you guys stay on the lookout for all the HMDs coming. Right now we are in the first gen, 100%. And I honestly think it's smooth bias PlayStation VR. If you can get PC stuff, it's awesome. It's really fun to use, but I still spend more time in this, baby. I don't know if that even helped your question. I hope it does. Corporate Zombie wants to know if PlayStation VR games are overpriced. He said he got Arizona Sunshine on sale for $10, and that was a great deal. But stuff like Tetris Fest is $30. Now, stuff like Tetris, in fact, I think that the price is swelled, number one, because it's got the name Tetris. Number two, because it is both a PlayStation 4 and PlayStation VR game. And number three is because, I promise you, they pump so much money into that game. Now, you got to think about that. If development probably costs a whole lot, the game is going to cost a little bit more than indies. Don't spend so much on development. They're able to charge less of price. Now, I don't think that you can value any kind of VR game just on price alone, because the fact is you can spend $10 and throw it in any kind of flat game and it's crummy. It's terrible. You're never going to touch it again. But with VR, at least that $10 puts you in some other kind of foreign, amazing world that is just kind of around you. Now, might not be that much fun. It might not be that great, but the fact that you're actually able to hop into a different world than where you are rather than just look at your TV screen, in my opinion, most of the time is worth the entry fee. Tim Clorox has kind of another Oculus Quest question. Now, he wants to know, should he get the PS4 Pro or should he just wait for the Quest? Now, like I was saying earlier, I think that the Pro is still going to be more powerful than the Quest for a while. I think that the Quest is, like Oculus said, it is the final of their Gen 1 headset. So it's going to be great. It's going to have some of those exclusives that you want, but I think that the Pro is still going to be much more of a powerhouse than the Quest will ever be. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be a lot sharper visuals because, I mean, hell, a PlayStation VR has been out for 2 years, so Oculus has been able to see everything that's been going on with the Go, with the Rift, and improve that over time, and have brought you the Quest that's been probably even worked on longer than 2 years. So I think that they're going to be synonymous with each other. The Quest are going to be great for like taking out of the house and showing people VR out in the world, but you're still going to want to hop in your PlayStation VR and play with all your buddies that you've been making all of these years already. Infinity Lefty wants to know, what game would I like to see remade in VR? Now, I get this asked every single time, and I will always answer the same question. BioShock needs to come to VR. Miniman here says, are any social VR games that are aimed at older audiences? Rec Room seems like it's just for kids. Now, Miniman, Sports Bar is probably your best bet. The population is a little bit low, but a lot of people have the game, and I've been thinking about holding Sports Bar nights possibly earlier in the future. There's darts, there's pool. It's a lot more adult-oriented. I think you have like 8 or 12 people in a lobby. It's really, really cool. The best VR pool available if you just like pool. I mean, you guys definitely check out Sports Bar VR, but that is probably at the moment your most like adult VR social game. If you're thinking something like VR Chat is going to be adult and social, Rec Room players are like 1,000 times more mature than VR Chat players. Clark Burnham has a very, very long comment here, but the gist of it is that he has World Warble with his PlayStation VR, and he's worried that it could be just the hardware. Now, honestly, your setup can dictate a lot. In some questions, people were asking about Tetris, and if I have issues, and the thing is, what I've been reading with Tetris is people have issues. People don't have issues. People that don't have issues at their house that bring the Tetris over to other people's houses have the issues. Now, it's all about your setup, your lighting, and all of that fun stuff. Now, with Tetris especially, you want to probably get your PlayStation VR in the perfect setup for where it's faced directly at you when you're sitting down playing a game or standing up playing a game, so you may have to adjust your camera, which sucks, which is why I normally keep it about maybe like eye level when I'm staying away, 5 to 6 feet away from me, so it works for pretty much every game. Sometimes I like to adjust it if I want to reach down further or above, but for the most part, you want it about eye level. And yes, you could have faulty hardware, definitely. If it's not working with every game, call PlayStation, send that baby in, because there has been and there is faulty hardware out there, like there will always be. There's always going to be faulty issues on some hardware, and you could be a victim to that. Who knows? And Christian Izarrazazas, if I said that wrong, I'm so sorry. Asks, hey, Frankie, do you like ice cream? If so, what flavor? I kind of like ice cream. I love ice cream, but Frankie is actually lactose intolerant, although I eat cheese and milk all day long, but don't even get me started on that. So, yes, I love ice cream. I like creams. I like all that kind of stuff, but I can't eat it as much as I would like to, or I guess I get the Hershey Squirts is the most politically correct probably way to say it. But when I was a child, I could knock back a pint of like chocolate, the cookie dough ice cream in like 2 seconds. I also, if you're a Baskin Robbins fan, which is my personal favorite, I like the gold medal ribbon. I can sometimes dig into a little bit of the Ben and Jerry's, but most of those flavors are a bit too exotic for me. Fish food, maybe fish food, if that answers your question. Aiden McNeil says, hey, Frankie, what are your PC specs? Now, dude, I am not a PC guy whatsoever. I got an Alienware Aurora, second tier. It's got like a 1070 and a i something and a Majigger. It runs VR great. It came fully stocked, just normal, and I love it. B Donut says, hey, Frankie, chicken parm or eggplant parm. Now, chicken parm over penne pasta or pappardelle pasta. I like pappardelle noodles. If you guys don't know what those are, you are missing out completely. Go to your grocery store, find them. They're these giant, big, flat egg noodles. They're so good. Oh, I like to have chicken parm over those, and I dice up the chicken parm and kind of roll it with. I'm as soon as I'm done shooting this video, now I got to go eat that. But also, eggplant parm is so good. If you guys haven't had eggplant before, try eggplant parm. It's not like eggplant. It's not like a vegetable. It's just kind of like mushy and delicious and amazing. And it is worth going for if you're not really into veggies always. You're going to be like, oh, my God, Frankie was right. Unless it's a bad place with bad eggplant parm, then you can't blame me. And finally, K27 says, hey, Frankie, talk to me about the tie. It's got to be magical. Now, Kay, it's not really that magical. It actually is kind of a little love call out to my boy Rodney Dangerfield, one of my favorite comedians of all time. I actually had to order it from England because it's really hard to get those ties anymore. And it's just, I thought it was fun. And I think it stands out as like the Frank tie. It was something a little bit different. I mean, that's what it's all about. Be different, you guys. If you are different, embrace it. Enjoy it. It's amazing. Coolest thing on earth, and I couldn't say anything more amazing about it. I love it. I like weirdness. I think everybody loves weirdness, and don't feel weird. You're not weird. There are people that are way weirder than you, and there are people less weird than you, and there are people weird in different ways, and there are people all over the place, and there are people in the... I am gone. I'm lost on a tangent, but thank you all for coming through. Hope you enjoyed this edition of Ask Frank. We will be back again next week with another episode of Ask Frank for all you lovely headsets out there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, you're more than welcome to hit that thumbs up for your boy Frankie, but please do not feel obligated. Although I would like to hit 500 likes. I think that's not too much to ask for on this video, 500 likes. But more important than all that is that if you want to stay up to date on any and everything PlayStation VR and don't mind looking at this ugly mug right here, friggin' subscribe. I'm Income. Now back to work. I'm not really typing. Monday through Friday.
Frank Show.
Monday through Friday.
Frank Show. Buddy on YouTube. Buddy on Frank Show. Buddy on YouTube. Buddy on Frank Show.
And that's how you do an outro.
I know what else to do.